चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा, welcome to our class. So in the previous 2-3 classes we have been discussing how the four Kumaras, with a desire to have the darshan of Lord Vishnu, were trying to enter into Vaikuntha. But when they were stopped by Jaya and Vijaya, they became angry and cursed Jaya-Vijaya that they are trying to see friend and enemy. So that mentality is not suitable for Vaikuntha. Instead, that is suitable for the material world. So you should go to material world. So immediately, Jaya and Vijaya fell flat at the feet of four Kumaras and begged forgiveness. And four Kumaras are feeling that we have unnecessarily cursed these innocent boys, something like that. Then Lord Vishnu comes there and gives his wonderful darshan to the four Kumaras who are very eager to have it. And then the four Kumaras, having tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord, they offer wonderful prayers unto Supreme Lord. Then the Lord says that please forgive me on behalf of my gatekeepers, because whatever the gatekeepers does, it is attributed to the master. So ignoring my intention, they have actually stopped you. You are not supposed to be stopped anywhere. So, and whatever you have done, that is absolutely right. Then the Kumara say that no, please forgive us. We have come to Vaikuntha to have with eagerness to have darshan of yours, but we for no reason cursed your two attendants. Please, whatever we have cursed, let it come unto us. Let us go to the material world as a result of that curse, but instead you please do not give punishment to your servants. Whatever you wish to do with your servants, you please do, my dear Lord. But whatever curse we have given, please let it be upon us. So like that, the Kumaras begged forgiveness from Lord Vishnu, and then they kind of submitted that we are at fault and we are ready to go for the necessary punishment. Then Lord is going to reply now. Now Lord Vishnu replies, and then how the matter is getting settled, that will be discussed in the next section. So we have discussed last time up to 25th verse that, O Lord, we willingly accept what punishment or reward you allot to the doorkeepers. May the suitable punishment which we gave to the innocent doorkeepers be our curse, by our curse be given to us. So whatever we have spur of the moment we have said, we have cursed upon your two gatekeepers, let that be given to us. And for your gatekeepers, whatever you think is should be fitting to them, let that be given to them. So then Lord replies, yeah, one of you can unmute and repeat after me. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Hare Krishna, one of you can repeat. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Our voice is Etau sure taragatim pratipadya sadhya.
Etau sure taragatim pratipadya sadhya.
Samramba samvruta samadhya anubadha yogo.
Samrabha samvrata samadhya anubadha yogo.
Bhuyasakasam Bhuyasakamupayas yutas asuyova.
Bhuyasakasham upaya yat shatya asau yoga.
Shapo mayaiva nimitas tadaveta vipra.
मयैव निमित्तस्तद एव स विप्रः.
Please read the translation.
Translation. The Lord replied, O Brahmanas, know that the punishment you inflicted on them was originally ordained by me, and therefore they will fall to a birth in a demoniac family. But they will be firmly united with me in thought through mental concentration, intensified by anger, and they will return to my presence shortly. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So the Lord says that Etau Suretara Gatim Pratipadya Sadhya. Sura Itara Gatim. They will get a destination not like the Devatas but others who are not Devatas. That is Asuras. These two will immediately become demons, but they will quickly return to me since they will be absorbed in meditation on me in anger. Samramba Samruta Samadhi Anubadha Yoga. Sadhya, very soon. Samramba Samruta Samadhi. They will be in Samadhi. They will be in meditation upon me in anger. Samramba. And then very soon they will come back. Anu Sadhya Yoga. They will come back to me. Understand that the curse of yours was made by me. Bhuya sakas mupayasata asuyovai. Shapo mayaiva nimitas tadaveta vipra. Whatever curse you have been given to these two gatekeepers, it is actually ordained by me only. So, my dear Kumaras, don't think too much about it that you made a mistake, all these things. It is already ordained by me. That's how the curse has been given to them through you. So don't worry that there is no fault yours. So like that, Lord is trying to pacify both the parties. Lord speaks to the Kumaras, pacifying them by saying, do not fear. They will be united with me by continuous practice of meditation touched with anger, Sambramba. O Brahmanas, your curse was produced by me only. In order to have my two servants, the greatest devotees, take on the nature of demons, though they have bodies of pure sattva and are the best devotees and brahmanas, they acted unfavorably toward you and made you, the best of Atma Ramas, angry, and then you curse them. So you becoming angry and cursing them is not at all your fault. You are best of the brahmanas. You are supposed to be given entry, but somehow they stopped. As a result of that, you became angry and you given curse, and this is all under my will. Everything happened because of my desire. All this has been done by me only. It is not an offense on my doorkeepers, or it is not an offense committed by you. It is neither an offense of yours nor an offense of my doorkeepers. Everything is happening by my desire or by my will. So like that, Lord is trying to pacify both the parties. But Kumaras are saying, but what is the cause of giving such suffering to these two devotees? Since you are affectionate to your devotees. So then Kumara says, my dear Lord, then why are you making them demons? It is too much suffering for them for no reason. The Lord says that, oh Brahmanas, know the cause. Reflecting carefully, understand, since you are omniscient, what more can I say? So you are great knowledgeable people. The four Kumara, the well-known knowledgeable personalities. So you should understand. Please contemplate and deliberate what could be the reason. Like that Lord is saying. Why are you asking me to tell the reason? You deliberate. What could be the reason? But for our benefit, Acharyas are revealing what is the reason why Lord is sending them to become Asuras. The reason is Jaya and Vijaya had a desire arising from prema. Out of intense love, they were thinking, oh best Lord, oh Lord of Lords, oh Lord of Vaikuntha, if your fighting instinct is not satisfied because everyone else is so weak, and because we are not your enemies, then make us two gods unfriendly towards you, and you can have the pleasure in fighting us. So you have been fighting with so many asuras, but all asuras are very small in comparison to you. So your desire to have a good fight might not have been satisfied. If at all your desire is still there, please make us against you so that we can give you a good fight. So that you can have that happiness of having good fight. Since we servants cannot tolerate even a small degree of decrease in your full happiness, we pray that this should be done by necessarily ignoring your quality of affection for your devotees. So you generally are affectionate to us, but we take the opposite nature, then you will fight like a not like a play, but you will fight really when we take opposite nature. So that will give you complete happiness. This is how the Jaya-Vijaya thought. The Shruti shows the presence of Rasa in the Lord. Raso Vaisaha. The Lord is Rasa itself. Anandamaya. The Lord is filled with bliss. By nature, Lord is filled with Ananda. But why does he need the Ananda from external side? For my question. This concludes the examination of bliss. The reason is, it should be understood that there are secondary emotions such as the desire to fight or to please his devotees in unconventional way. Within this broad category of bliss, when considering the perfection of rasas of the Lord, such as Madhur Rasa, though the Lord is self-satisfied, but in order to expand rasa, Lord only manifested all the variety of living entities. Lord expands Srimati Radharani, Balramji, and all the other Vaikuntavasis. But there the rasa is primarily in the 5 topmost rasas. But sometimes if a Lord wants to experience the secondary rasas, he has to create such kind of situations. So Virya rasa cannot be experienced among the friends. So it can be only with the 2 opponent parties. So for that, Lord comes to the material world in order to experience the secondary rasa sometimes. So that's why Jaya and Vijaya are praying that if you have that desire still left, please, we are here to fulfill you that desire. Please engage us in your service. So this was the desire of the Jaya and Vijaya. The Lord performs various actions for the pleasure of his devotees as per Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-2. Tasyapi deva vapisho madanugrahasya swecha mayasya natubhuta mayasya kopi neshe maitu avasitum manasantarena sakshat tavaiva kim utatma sukhanubhute. This is Brahma offering prayers Lord to Lord Vishnu after Brahma Vimohan Lila. My dear Lord, neither I nor anyone else can estimate the potency of this transcendental form of yours, which has shown such mercy to me and which appears just to fulfill the desire of your pure devotees. Although my mind is completely withdrawn from material affairs, I cannot understand your personal form. How then could I possibly understand that happiness you experience within yourself? So basically, how and why the Lord experiences the happiness, we cannot understand. But we only have to provide a facility for Lord's happiness by our services. Generally, we should desire to serve the Lord directly in a favorable way. But here, Jaya Vijaya are all they are exalted devotees. They are trying to provide happiness to the Supreme Lord, even in opposite way. They can do, but we cannot desire like that. Because they want to take the role of the demon so that Lord will have that Vira Rasa, experience of Vira Rasa. In fulfilling the desires of his devotees, because Jaya Vijaya desired that, the Lord also developed another desire. And thus, he did not directly reveal the secret to the Kumaras. Lord did not tell this to the Kumaras. So in order to reciprocate with the desire of Jaya Vijaya, Lord agreed. Lord orchestrated the entire event to take place through the medium of Kumaras. But Lord did not tell the Kumaras. The Kumara then thought, even the greatest devotees can fall from Vaikuntha because of great offense. So this is a lesson for us. Though Lord is orchestrating this entire pastime so that he will have Veera Rasa with the Jaya and Vijaya in various forms. But for us, even in Vaikuntha also, if a person commits even a small offense, they'll come down from Vaikuntha. Then what to speak of us? At our place, what will happen to us? Even the great devotees Even the greatest devotees can fall from Vaikuntha because of great offense. What then to speak of where we, who are just dull reflections of sadhakas, can fall from this earth also. If a person for a slight offense can fall from Vaikuntha, then what to speak of us? We definitely fall from where we are. Thus, it should be understood that the Lord desired to warn the sadhakas to be careful of committing great offenses. The Lord is trying to warn all of us that never ever commit any offense. Loud, loud.
तो अभी ब्रह्मा जी बोल रहे हैं कि वो मैं समझ नहीं पाऊंगा आपके अंदर क्या चल रहा है, एक्सपीरियंस कैसे है। जबकि मैं मटेरियल अफेयर्स से मैं पूरा एलोफ हूँ, फिर भी नहीं समझ पा रहा हूँ। तो अभी ब्रह्मा जी का स्तर पर वो नहीं समझ पा रहे, तो जय विजय तो उनसे शायद नीचे, वो कैसे भगवान के अंदर वो वीर रस का
Jay Brahma ji is the head of this universe, but Jaya-Vijaya is Lord's associates, na? They are Lord's eternal associates. They understand. It is not that Brahma does not understand. Even these great souls, in spite of understanding something, they will always say, I can't understand. That means they have not understood completely. That is understanding. But Jaya-Vijaya are very close to Supreme Lord. They are always there with the Supreme Lord. They are his gatekeepers. Brahma is serving here in the material world, they are in a remote place, but Jaya-Vijaya are very close to Lord.
भगवद गीता में तत्त्वान निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं,
yes.
वो अभी उसको अभी विपरीत हो रहा है, उसको कैसे?
See, that's why this entire thing is mentioned. Offense hua because Lord, normally it will not happen. Because the Jaya-Vijaya wanted to give pleasure to the Lord in Virasa. But Jaya-Vijaya are in Vaikuntha. Whoever in the material world, they are not able to give that Virasa experience. So Jaya-Vijaya only have to come down. How will they come down? Something has to happen. Generally, no one will come back from Vaikuntha. But even one should not become carefree after going to Vaikuntha also. One should be careful here as well as careful in Vaikuntha also from any chance of committing offense. So, like that. So this is how the entire pastime has been completed. Now, Lord actually said, it was Lord and Jaya-Vijaya's desire to come to material world and have some Virasa. But Kumaras became Nimitta. They became instrument in this entire pastime episode.
इसमें कोई ऐसा मतलब पहले ऐसा कोई हुआ क्या प्रभु ऑफेंस के कारण वो पे आना पड़ा
किसको?
वैकुंठ से?
No, we'll see. We'll see in the chapter something is there. Brahmovacha atate munayo drishtva nayanananda bhajanam vaikuntam tadi abhistanam vikuntam cha swayam prabham Bhagavantam parikramya pranipatyanumanya cha prati jagmuhu pramudita samsanto vaishnavim sriyam.
Lord Brahma said, after seeing the Lord of Vaikuntha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the self-illuminated Vaikuntha planet, the sages left the transcendental abode. The sages circumambulating the Supreme Lord, offering their obeisances and returned, extremely delighted at learning of the divine opulences of the Vaishnava.
Brahma is saying now, then what happened? The sages, having seen the object of bliss for their eyes, the self-illuminated Lord and his abode Vaikuntha, circumambulated the Lord and offered him obeisances, and taking Lord's permission, they left Vaikuntha with great joy, praising the greatness of the Vaishnavas, Lord Vishnu, Vaikuntha and Vaikuntha Vasis. So the Kumaras left Vaikuntha, they returned from there. The Lord and his abode are self-illuminating because they are full of knowledge, since they are Shuddha Sattva. Anumaya means taking permission. With the permission, the Kumaras left from Vaikuntha. The abodes of Vaikuntha are fully self-effulgent. That is one of the quality of Vaikuntha. Then what happened? The Kumaras came to Vaikuntha, they had darshan and they went. In between they cursed also. But then now Jaya-Vijaya were crying. They are crying and come to Lord. Bhagavananu gav aha yatam ma vaishtamastusam brahma tejasam samartopi antum neche matam tume.
The Lord then said to his attendants, Jaya and Vijaya, depart this place, but fear not. All glories unto you. Though I am capable of nullifying the Brahmana's curse, I would not do so. On the contrary, it has my approval.
So here Lord Vishnu is saying that Jaya-Vijaya was standing in front of him, crying loudly. So my dear attendants, go to the material world. Yatam. Because Kumaras have cursed, so you need to go to the material world. And they are crying loudly. Lord says, do not be afraid. Don't worry. Even though you go to material world, but don't worry. You will have good fortune. There also you will have good fortune. But they are crying too much. Sir, my dear Lord, how can we can stay away from you? It is very difficult for us. The Lord says, but also do not go to the material world. Then don't go. If you think that if going away from me is unbearable for you, then don't go. So then they became happy. Then Lord says that, though I can nullify the curse of the Brahmana, I did not desire to do so, going against my own rules. Because it was I only set up that Brahmana's words will never be proven wrong. Kumaras have cursed, their words should be right. Though I am saying you don't go, but at the same time, I don't want to make the words spoken by me wrong. So please go. So Lord's intention is, we'll see. Seeing that Jaya and Vijaya had just arrived, the Lord spoke, go to the material world. Seeing them weeping and wailing, the Lord again spoke to them. His heart softened by compassion. Do not fear. May you too have good fortune. So, my dear Lord, you are telling us to go there, and again you are telling us good fortune. Our good fortune is in being with you. Then do not go there. Always remain serving me in Vaikuntha. The negative word ma can be used for both yatam and vaishtam. Yatam is go, ma vaishtam is do not fear. If you use ma for yatam, ma yatam, don't go. And like that. So both the meanings are there in Sanskrit. Seeing that they were now happy, he said, though I can nullify the curse of the Brahmanas, I do not desire to destroy my own promise. I have made a rule to accept the inevitability of a Brahmana's curse. Just as Garuda sacrificed an expansion of his wing in order to maintain the inevitability of the thunderbolt's power. So when Garuda stole the nectar from Swarga in order to save his mother, he was taking the nectar towards Kadru, the mother of snakes. So Indra was chasing after him, and Indra at one point of time Indra threw his Vajrayudha. So in order to respect Vajrayudha, Garuda left behind one of the wing, and not even one wing, one small feather from a wing. So then Indra understood. See, Garuda is so powerful, my Vajrayudha cannot do anything to him. So Indra came and made a sandhi with Garuda. See, I don't want to fight with you, but you should not take nectar and give it to snakes. They are not qualified to receive it. Garuda says, I also don't want to give them, but I need to release my mother. So we'll play a trick and then we'll get the nectar back. They played some trick and then got the nectar backward afterwards. But in any case, just like Garuda, out of respect for Vajrayudha, given away one feather from his wing. Similarly, you should take on the role of demons in one of your expansions, and at the same time remain in Vaikuntha in your Swarupas. So Lord says that, like Yatam, Ma Yatam. So in one of your expansion, go to material world, become Asuras. In your original form, remain here in Vaikuntha and continue to serve me. In that way, you are fulfilling both your desire to stay in Vaikuntha and Kumara's curse You are following the curse of the Kumaras that you are going to material world. So then how, one may ask, how can you? How can it be possible? They can be in Vaikuntha also, they can be in material world also as asuras. Yeah, it is possible. If sages can expand into two forms, what can't Vaikuntha Vasis can expand into forms? They can expand. There is an example given during the Bali Maharaj Vamana episode. So when Bali Maharaj gave the charity of 3 pairs of land, in 2 steps, Lord Vamana accepted taken the entire universe. Then Garuda arrested Bali because Garuda did not, Bali Maharaj did not fulfill the promise. He did not give the place for 3rd step. So seeing that their leader has been bound by Garuda or the Brahmana boy, Vamana, all the asuras became very angry and they raised their weapons and tried to attack Lord Vishnu, who was like a small Brahmana boy. Then suddenly the 14 gatekeepers, Vaikuntha had 7 gates and every gate has 2 gatekeepers. The 14 gatekeepers will always be the Lord like the gods. They are like the bodyguards of the Lord Vishnu. Wherever Lord goes, they always go with him. And these 14 gatekeepers stood in front of the Lord and they defeated all the asuras. They made all the asuras flee away from Sarga to Rasatala Loka. That is mentioned in the 8th canto. O king, when the associates of Lord Vishnu saw the soldiers of the demons coming forward in violence, they smiled. The 14 gatekeepers smiled. Taking up their own weapons, they forbade the demons to continue their attempt. Who are the 14 gatekeepers? Nanda, Sunanda, Jaya-Vijaya, Prabala, Bala, Kumuda, Kumudaksha, Vishwaksena, Patatritat, Jayanta, Shrutadeva, Pushpadanta, and Savanta were all the associates of Lord Vishnu. They were as powerful as 10,000 elephants, and now they began killing the soldiers of the demons. And they countered the attack of the demons, and unable to tolerate the attack of these gatekeepers of Lord Vishnu or gatekeepers of Vaikuntha, the asuras fled from heaven to Rasatala Loka. So in this, we have Jaya and Vijaya also as the attendants of Lord Vishnu. In the narration of Vamana and Bali, Jaya and Vijaya are mentioned among the associates of the Lord fighting. But after being born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they would later be born as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Yeah, they already once appeared. Ravana, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were killed by Lord Varahal and Lord Narasimha. And after Lord Hiranyakashipu, then there was Prahlad. After Prahlad, Virochana. After Virochana, there is Bali Maharaj. But later on, again they will appear as Ravana, Kumbhakarna. So in between, we have they are in Vaikuntha. Even when Ravana, Kumbhakarna was there, also that time they are in Vaikuntha also. One form is already in Vaikuntha, one form is here. So in that way, they are also with the Lord, serving the Lord, and they also have come to material world. By becoming asuras, they are also giving good fight to the Supreme Lord. So like that. They fulfill the desire of the Supreme Lord. The explanation of their expansions must be given in order to resolve the contradiction of being simultaneously in the forms of demons and as the associates of the Supreme Lord. So Acharyas explain like this, because they cannot be, if they are in the material world, they cannot be in the Vaikuntha. One may say like that, but they are both the places. Their expansions have come to material world as asuras, but original forms are there in the Lord's abode, serving the Lord as a gatekeepers. That's how the Acharyas have given the complete understanding. So,
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, why the Lord says that all glory is unto you?
because they wanted to serve the Lord in a special way, and now that desire is fulfilled, getting fulfilled.
Okay. Okay.
From that point of view. Okay, we'll
हरे
continue.
कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Yes, Mataji.
प्रभु जी ये जो गेटकीपर्स के नाम बताए ये हम कहाँ से नोट कर सकते हैं? गेटकीपर्स के नाम आपने बताए ना सारे, नंदा,
Slides?
सुनंदा, हाँ स्लाइड्स में है. ओके ओके ठीक
Slides
है
में है
प्रभु जी.
ना, you can
प्रभु जी
refer to.
अच्छा, और प्रभु जी एक क्वेश्चन और है. अच्छा ये तो अब ये इससे नहीं है तो बाद में पूछूं क्या लास्ट में? कुछ क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था तो अभी वाले इस टेक्स्ट से नहीं है वो.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
एतत् पुरैव निर्दिष्टम्
एतत् पुरैव निर्दिष्टम्
रमया क्रुद्धया यदा पुरापवारिताद्वारे विशन्ति मयि उपारते. और एक वर्ष है.
Translation. This departure from Vaikuntha was foretold by Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. She was very angry because when she left my abode and then returned, you stopped her at the gate. Why? I was sleeping.
So Lord Vishnu tells one more reason to Jaya-Vijaya. This was ordained long ago by Mother Lakshmi. When she was attempted to enter the door and was prevented by you two, since I was sleeping. They stopped once Mother Lakshmi also. Though this verse is there in the current text, this verse is seen in many editions. It has no commentary because it is not traditionally accepted as a verse. Many Vaishnavacharyas do not accept this verse. How can Jaya-Vijaya will stop Mother Lakshmi? They cannot stop. But some versions have this verse, some versions do not have. But in any case, if it is there also, none of the acharyas gave any commentary. Because they thought that Jaya-Vijaya cannot stop Lakshmi. They stopped for Kumara, that is fine. But they cannot stop Mother Lakshmi. How will they stop Mother Lakshmi? So like the Lord Vishnu said, at least for the people like us, okay, sometimes okay, they already had this kind of mentality. They did it with like Mother Lakshmi also. That's why they got the punishment. One may think like that. Mai samramba yogena nistirya brahma helanam pratyeshyatam nikasam me kale nalpiyasa punaha.
Translation. The Lord assured the two Vaikuntha inhabitants, Jaya and Vijaya, by practicing the mystic yoga system in anger, you will be cleansed of the sin of disobeying the Brahmanas and within a very short time return to me.
Yeah. Overcoming the offense to the Kumaras by meditating on me in anger, you will quickly return to me. So as a result of the curse of the Kumaras, you will go to material world, become Asuras. But in spite of being Asuras, you constantly think of me only. By thinking about me continuously, you are in good fortune. Even though out of anger you are thinking about it, but you are thinking of me. That is important. Though majority of demons, but you will think of me because I will experience pure happiness in Virarasa, fighting with you two when I descend as 3 different avatars. Lord Varaha, Lord Narasimha, Lord Rama, and Lord Krishna. 4 avatars actually. Though you have the mentality of demons, you will be performing service to me only. In third appearance, I directly accept you. By meeting me in battle with anger or by meditating on me with anger, you will overcome the offense to the Kumaras. So whatever offense you have committed to Kumaras, that offense will be removed by your behavior of being angry with me and also by continuously meditating upon me in anger. That will remove that offense. Then you will come near to me after a short time. Very soon, you will come back. Just 3 lifespans only, not so long. Just go and play around for some time and come back. So like that, Lord Vishnu is telling the Jaya-Vijaya, the 2 goalkeepers. Just in order to pacify them, don't think that you are going for long. Just go and come back. So like that. Devotee, someone can recite from online. Dastav Adishya Bhagavan
दास्तादिस्य भगवान्
Vimanashreni Bhushanam
विमानश्रेणिभूषणम्
Sarvatishaya Lakshmya
सर्वातिशयाय लक्ष्म्या
जुष्टं स्वं दिष्णमाविशत्.
जुष्टं स्वं dismayam avisat. Translation. After the speaking at the door of Vaikuntha, the Lord returned to his abode, where there are many celestial airplanes and all surpassing wealth and splendor.
Yeah.
Right.
After this consoling the four Jaya-Vijaya, telling them that you please go and also don't go. But even if you go, you are constantly meditating upon me in anger, and that will purify you of the offense to Kumaras. And in a short time, you will come back to me. Don't worry. Let there be auspicious to you. Like that, Lord consoled them. After telling them, Lord is returning to inner chambers. After thus speaking to the doorkeeper, the Lord entered his own abode, decorated with many airplanes and all surpassing wealth. So now, Jaya and Vijaya are falling from a Vaikuntha. Tau tu girvana rushabhau Dustara darilokata atasriyau brahmashapat abhutam vigatasmayau.
But those two gatekeepers, the best of the demigods, their beauty and luster diminished by the curse of the Brahmanas, became morose and fell from Vaikuntha, the abode of the Supreme Lord.
Yeah. Because of the curse of the Brahmanas, the four Kumaras, which could not be nullified, the best of the deities, the best of the Vaikuntha Vasis, lost their bliss and a beauty, lost their bliss and beauty, and fell from the plane of the Lord, fell from the abode of the Supreme Lord.
Right.
The word fell should be supplied. Vigatas Mayav means that they lost their bliss. Because they are going away from the Supreme Lord, how can they be happy? So with the paled faces, they are falling from the abode of the Lord, abode of Lord Vishnu. This abode of Lord Vishnu is located within our universe only, just above Satyaloka. Just above Satyaloka, from there, they are falling down. So while falling down from Satyaloka, what are they supposed to do? They are supposed to pass through Satyaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, all those things. So while they were passing through Satyaloka, what's happening? Tada Vaikunta Dishanat Tayor Nipatamanayo Ahakaro Mahanasit Vimanagreshu Putraka.
Then, as Jaya and Vijaya fell from the Lord's abode, a great roar of disappointment arose from all the demigods who were sitting in their splendid airplanes.
Oh Devatas, my dear sons, when the two were falling from the abode of the Lord, from the Vaikuntha, a great cry of disappointment arose from the best of airplanes and Satyaloka. Because Brahma was there in Satyaloka. He's seeing other Satyaloka residents were telling, aha, why, hi, kya, what's happening? Jaya, Vijaya, Vaikuntha Vasis are falling down from Vaikuntha. What is this? Never ever we have seen such kind of thing. How can they be coming down? There is ahakar in Satyaloka as they were coming downward. Oh Devatas, when they fell from the place of the Lord, Vaikuntha Dishnath, in the best airplanes from Satyaloka, a cry was heard. The Satyaloka residents were crying, looking at what's happening. They were not happy at all with this. Because no one knows the internal reason why they are coming down. For everyone, they are coming down from Vaikuntha. They are falling down from Vaikuntha. Someone from online can decide. Taveva hi aduna prapto.
तावेव हि माताजी कंटिन्यू
तावे ताएव है अधुना प्राप्तौ
Parshada pravarau hare.
पार्षदा प्रवरौ हरे
Diter-jatar nirvishtam.
दितेर्जठर निर्विष्टम
Kashyapam teja ulbanam.
काश्यपम तेज उल्बनम. Lord Brahma continued, those two principal doorkeepers of the personality of Godhead have now entered the womb of Diti, the powerful semen of Kashyapa Muni, having covered them.
Yeah. The best of the Lord's associates, Jaya and Vijaya, have now entered the semen of Kashyapa, which has entered into the womb of Diti. Now these two attendants of Lord Vishnu are staying in the womb of Jaya and in the womb of Diti. Initially, the Devata said that this all darkness is caused by the pregnancy of Diti, but they don't know who are there inside the pregnancy. Jaya and Vijaya are there. So why Jaya and Vijaya are there? The entire pastime reveals about that. Tayor asurayoradya
Tayorasurar adhyaya
tejasayamayoriva
tejasayamayarhiva
akshiptam tejayetarhi
akshiptam tejayetarhi
bhagavamstad vidishtati.
bhagavamstad vidistati. Translation: it is the prowess of these twin asuras demons that has disturbed you, for it has minimized your power. There is no remedy within my power. However, for it is the Lord Himself who desires to do all this.
For certain, your power has been disrupted by the power of these two demons at this time. Now the Lord desires to relieve the situation. So the Devatas were asking Brahma, so please do something to correct the matter. So then Brahma said that I cannot do anything on my own. Lord wants to correct the situation, Lord will do the needful. The Amayo refers to the twins, but also indicate that they were death-like. Do something to mitigate the situation. Brahma says, I am powerless. I have no power over these two associates of the Lord who have fallen to earth by a curse. The Lord himself desires to mitigate the situation caused by these two. Brahma says that these two personalities are Vaikuntha Vasis, Lord's direct associates. I don't have any power over them. I can't do anything upon them. They are beyond my capacity to handle. Only Lord can handle them. Lord only will do the needful. So then the Devatas ask, how long we have to tolerate him? Before they came out of the womb only, they are causing so much disturbance. And if they come out of the womb, they certainly cause much more disturbance. So how long it will continue? How long we have to tolerate? So then Brahma answers. You repeat. Vishwasya sitilabda Vishwasya sitilabdavo sitilayodbhava heturadyo
स्थिति लब्धा लयोद्भव हेतुराज्यो
Yogeshwarerapi duratyaya yogamaya
योगेश्वरपि दुरत्यया योगमा
Kshemam vidasati sano bhagavam tradishas
क्षेमं विदस्यनो भगवांस्तयो त्रयो विशस्
Tatra smadhiya vimrushena kiyani arta.
तत्र Translation: My dear sons, the Lord is the controller of the three modes of nature and is responsible for the creation, preservation, and dissolution of the universe. His wonderful creative power, Yogamaya, cannot be easily understood even by the master of yoga. That most ancient person, the personality of Godhead, will alone come to our rescue. What purpose can we serve on his behalf by deliberating on the subject?
So when Devatas asked how long we have to tolerate, then Brahma responding. The Lord of the three worlds, who is the cause of creation, maintenance, and destruction, the original person, Purana Purusha, whose power of Yoga Maya cannot be understood by even the greatest yogis, will give security. Lord will take care of the matter. What is the use of us deliberating on this? When Lord will do and all, how can we understand? We cannot. So just leave it to the Lord. Lord will do the needful. We are dying right now. When will the Lord mitigate the situation? Devatas are asking. That you live or die depends on the desire of the Lord. But now at the time meant for protection, He will certainly protect you. That is explained in this verse. So this is the time of protection, not the destruction. Even though they may trouble you, the two children of Diti will may trouble you, but Lord will not allow that you will be killed. Because this is not the time of annihilation. You may have tolerate a little, but in a certain Lord will protect. When? It is up to the Lord. We do not know how He will do it. Though masters of yoga have all knowledge, they do not know what will He do to rescue us from destruction. What is the use of us pondering this? Instead of us reflecting on this, He will simply do it. Even though if great sages also cannot understand when and how He will do it, then what is the use of us pondering over it? Lord will do, certainly will do. When? Wait. Till then, just wait. That's how Lord Brahma also consoled the Devatas. So my dear Devatas, please don't worry. So things will increase more and more. So be prepared. And one day, certainly the Lord will protect all of us. Till then, we have to tolerate the suffering caused by these two personalities. So like that. Any questions from devotees online?
Yes,
No,
Prabhuji.
no.
Hare Krishna.
Ah,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu,
one by
Prabhuji,
one.
Prabhuji, like we know Brahma is creator, Vishnu is maintainer, and Shiva is destructor. But still, we it says that Durga Devi is mother and Shankar is father of all the living beings. So, how to understand this?
This we have already discussed long back in third canto, like at the time of creation, from Mahavishnu, from Karanadaksha Vishnu skin pores comes Prakriti. That is Pradhana, Prakriti or Durga Devi. Then Mahavishnu glances upon Prakriti or Pradhana. So that glance carried Kala Shakti, Jiva Shakti, and along with their Karma and Swabhava. Kala, Karma, Swabhava, and Jiva. These four came out of the eyes, the glance of the Supreme Lord. So on the way, the Kala Shakti took the form of Sadashiva. Yeah. That's Sadashiva and Durga Devi. Their union is the cause of this entire material creation. That's why Durga Devi is considered to be the mother of all the living entities. And Sadashiva is considered to be the father of all the living entities. That's why he's called as Vishwanath. But these two are produced from Mahavishnu himself. So Mahavishnu is the original father, and Sadashiva the immediate father. So like that.
So, Prabhuji, in which chapter slide I can get this answer? Like, if I have to write down?
Third canto, chapter 5, you can refer to. In chapter 5, we discussed this.
Okay, Prabhuji. Maybe I missed that class. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank
No
you
problem.
so much.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
प्रभु जी, ये अभी देवतास आर आल्सो डिवोटीज, अभी उनको भी जो तकलीफ हो रहा है प्रभु जी, उनका कर्म के फल के हिसाब से वो सारे चीज साइकिल चल रहे हैं.
See, sometimes we can take it because of karma only. Sometimes it is because of the part of Leela. We can say like we can fight between two parties for a power. Now Devatas are in power. Asuras want power. There is a fight, conflict always. So one way it is as per karma, other way it will inevitable. This is the nature of the material world. Dualities are there always. So in that way we can see. Okay. Other devotees have no questions. So this chapter is ended, and now we'll start a new chapter. The next chapter where the birth of Jaya and Vijaya will be explained. So we'll see. You are able to see the slides, Hare Krishna, all the devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So now we'll begin chapter 17, the birth of the two demons. In 17th chapter, at the birth of the two demons, many ill omens appeared. Hiranyaksha, conquering all directions, smoked Varuna. So that is being indicated here in this chapter. Till now it was there.
Hare Krishna, I can't hear anything.
Ah, 1 second. I am also not speaking. Here some problem has come. Screen is not being getting visible. So that's why.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Now it is visible. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So this chapter contains about 31 verses, and it talks about the birth and growth of Hiranyaksha Hiranyakashipu and the victory march of Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha goes on fighting all over the world. So that is the topic of this chapter. Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Nishamyatmabhuvagitam
Nisamyatma Bhuvagitam
Karanam Shankayojita
Karanam Sankayojitaha
Tataha Sarve Nyavartanta
Tataha Sarve Nyavartantaha Tantata
Tridaiva Divaukasha.
Tridibhaya Divakukasaha. Translation. Sri Maitreya said, the demigods, the inhabitants of the higher planets, were freed from all fear upon hearing the cause of the darkness explained by Brahma, who was born from Vishnu. Thus, they all returned to their respective planets.
Yeah. Maitreya says that hearing the cause of disturbance recited by Brahma, the Devatas gave up worrying and all returned to Swarga. Now Devatas have understood it's all going to be a big pastime of the Lord. So we cannot do anything in between. So when Lord wants, the time only it will be solved. But till then, we can't do anything. We just have to follow the time. The Devatas gave up worrying because they had faith that the Lord would handle the situation. Ditistu Bharturadeshat
Partura Adeshat
Apatya Parishankini
Apatya Parishankini
Purne Varshashate Sadvi
Purne Varshasati Sadvi
Putrau Prasusuveyamao.
Yamau. The virtuous lady Diti had been very apprehensive of trouble to the gods from the children in her womb, and her husband predicted the same. She brought forth twin sons after a full 100 years of pregnancy.
Because she knew At the time of pregnancy, her husband told, your sons will cause trouble to the Brahmanas and Devatas for the entire universe. So she did not want to give birth to the children immediately. She held the embryo for 100 years in that way. Worrying about her sons because of the information given by her husband, virtuous Diti gave birth to twin sons only after 100 years. The information given by Kashyapa was that the sons would make the world damned. She was worried that her sons would cause problem to the universe, or she was worried that her sons would be killed by Lord Vishnu immediately. So in either way, she held the embryo for 100 years and then only the children were born. Now the children are getting born. The birth of the two children of Diti and Kashyapa. So what's happening at the time? How the universe is welcoming their birth? That will be discussed. Utpata Bahavastatra Nipeto Jayamanayo Divi Bhuvi Antarikshe Cha
Devi Bhuvya.
Lokasyo Bhayavaha.
On the birth of the two demons, there were many natural disturbances, all very fearful and wonderful in the heavenly planets, the earthly planets, and in between them.
Yeah. Many disturbances which caused great fear to the world occurred in the heavens, earth, and Antariksha when the two were born. When these two were born, Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Sargaloka, all were in fear. There is so much ill omens are present everywhere. Everyone looking at all these things. Is universe is going to be destroyed now? Is it Pralaya time? Like that everyone was feeling. So what caused them fear? All the ill omens are described in the next verses. Devotees from online, someone can repeat. Saha chalabu vaschelur
Achala Bhuvascelur
dishas sarva prajajvalu
Sarvaha Praja Jaluhu
sholkas chashanayopetuhu
Asasanah Petuhu
ketavas charti hetava.
Tavasarti Hetava. Translation: There are earthquakes along the mountains on the earth, and it appeared that there was fire everywhere. Many inauspicious planets like Saturn appeared, along with comets, meteor, and thunderbolts. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. The earth and its mountains shook. In the Bhuloka, the earth and mountain went through shaking. Well, there is earthquakes. All the directions were afire. The 8 directions are fire. There is fire in 8 directions. Thunderbolts and meteors fell from the sky. Comets, a cause of disaster, also appeared. Ulkapat going on all over. Then Vavavayu Sudushparsha
Bhuyu Sudursparsha
Pukaran Irayanmuhu
Utkarana Irayan Muhu
Unmulayan Nagapaten
Unmulayan Nagapatin
Vatyani Rajodvaja.
Bhatyani Koraja Dvaja. Translation. Their blue winds, which are most uninviting to the touch, hissing again and again and uprooting gigantic trees. They had storms for their armies and clouds of dust for their ensigns.
Harsh winds constantly hissing with the dust at their flags and hurricanes as their troops uprooted the trees. There is so much tornadoes, chakravat all over, uprooting the trees and everywhere dust and like filled with dust and huge sounds it is making. The wind made a piercing sound with hurricanes as their thorns, as their troops. So everywhere they thought that it's going to be a pralay, the universe is going to be destroyed now because of all these things. Uddastastadid amboda ghataya nashtabhagane vyomni pravishta tamasa nasma vyadrishyate padam.
The luminaries in the heavens were screened by masses of clouds, in which lightning sometimes flashed as to laughing. Darkness reigned everywhere, and nothing could be seen.
With complete darkness, no place could be seen in the sky without luminaries visible, caused by the dense clouds with lighting, which seemed to laugh loudly. Now, while they were in the womb, also there was darkness. Now, also same darkness continuing. They could not see anything. What they could see is only some thunder coming, thunderstrokes. That lightning stroke which is coming, that much only they are seeing. Nothing else they could see any direction. There is huge wind, huge darkness, lot of clouds, lot of thunder sounds and wind sound, and so many like fearful. They are thinking that it's going to be destroyed very soon. Nothing could be seen in the sky, which had luminaries, because of the mass of clouds with laughing lighting. Only lighting they could see, nothing else. Everywhere, every direction is covered with dust and clouds and darkness. Chukrosha Vimanavardir. Devotee online.
Chuksusa Vardhir.
Udurmi Shubitodara.
Udurmihi Khushvido Dharaha.
Sodapanascha Saritas.
Sodapansascha Saritas.
Chukshubhu Sukshka Pankaja.
Chukshubhu Suksapankajaha. Translation. The ocean with its high waves wailed aloud as if stricken with sorrow, and there was a commotion among the creatures inhabiting the ocean. The rivers and the lakes were also agitated, and lotuses withered. Hare Krishna.
The grieving ocean with high waves and agitated inhabitants wail loudly. The rivers and wells with withered lotuses were also agitated. Because of the huge wind, all the oceans and rivers are producing huge waves. Muhu paridayo bhuvan.
Muhu paridayo bhuvan.
Saraho shashi suryayo.
Saravo sasi suryoho.
Nigata rata nirhada.
Nirgata ratha nirhrita.
Vivarebhya prajajnire.
Vivarevya prajagnire. Translation. Misty halos appeared around the sun and the moon during solar and lunar eclipse again and again. Claps of thunder were heard even without clouds, and sounds like those of rattling chariots emerged from the mountain caves. Hare Krishna.
There were many eclipses of the sun and moon with halos. There were thunder without clouds, and from mountain caves arose sounds of chariots. The sun and moon are sometime appearing and immediately they are eclipsed. They are caught by something else. It seems that eclipse is happening continuously, and there are thunder sounds from the mountain caves and also from clouds. It's like The chariots are running in the clouds. Rattling sound is coming from the mountains and clouds. So in that way. Nirgata means thunder without clouds. Sounds like chariot arose from the mountain caves. So it is like huge sounds, unbearable sounds and fear-invoking sounds everywhere in all directions. Antargrameshu mukato
अंतर्गामेश मुखतो
vamantyo vahnimulbanam
भ्रमन्तो वहिमूल्यनम् मूल्यबनम्
srugalolu srugalolulakatankarai
शृगालोलुकाटङ्कारे
pranedur ashivam shiva.
प्रणेदुर् अशिवं शिवा. In the interior of the village, she jackals yelled portentously, vomiting strong fire from their mouths, and the jackals and the owls also joined them with their cries. Hare Krishna.
Female jackals vomiting fearful fire from their mouths howled inauspiciously along with the cries of their husbands and owls within the village. Everywhere, the jackals and owls and all other inauspicious animals are shouting loudly, indicating that there is going to be something very dangerous going to happen very soon. So it is like that. Even when Duryodhana appeared, such kind of symptoms are seen all over Hastinapur. When Duryodhana was born in the middle of the night. So all the people were in the Hastinapur. And Hastinapur was hearing all these inauspicious symptoms. The jackals and foxes and owls are making cries, and cows are also crying, and the wind is coming, thunderstorm is there, and there is thunder without clouds in the sky. Generally, we hear thunder when there are clouds, but there is thunder without clouds, and so many inauspicious things are happening. The auspicious animals which are supposed to go in the clockwise, they are going counterclockwise. So like that, all these things. So different people were thinking, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Then Vidura brought everyone to the place, underground place, where all the 100 matkas are kept. Then one matka broke into pieces and appeared a small child from that matka. That was Duryodhana's appearance. Then Vidura told, see, at the birth only is causing so much fear. If he grows up, he will cause what kind of fear we don't know. Then immediately the Brahmanas said it is Jatakarma. They said that this son will be the cause of entire dynasty. Then Vidura told, please kill him immediately. As a father, if you cannot kill him, just abandon him. He should not grow as a king's son. If he grows as a what you can say, anath, that is okay. That orphan, that will not cause much trouble to the entire dynasty or entire country. But if he continues as a prince, it will cause so much problem to the entire dynasty. Vidura told that, but Dhritarashtra did not leave out of his fatherly affection. So Dhritarashtra thought that, okay, he will destroy the dynasty of Pandu, not my dynasty. Like that he thought. So then, Sangeetavad Rodhanavad. Devotees online, please.
Sangeetabda Rodhanabda
Unnamaya Shirodaram.
Maya Sirodharam
Vyamunchan Vividavacho.
Memunchan Vividavacho
Gramasimha Tatastataha.
Gramasimhas Tatastataha. Translation: raising their necks, dogs cried here and there, now in the manner of singing and now of wailing.
Dogs, which are known as Gramasimha. The Vanasimha is tiger, Gramasimha is the dog. Dogs here and there uttered cries, sounding like singing and weeping, while raising their heads up. Karascha Karashaikshatta.
मराशाकर करशैक्षता
पुरैर्गणतो धरातलम्
पुरैर्गणतोदरातलम्
कर्कारारभसामत्ता
कर्कारारभसामत्ता
पर्यदावन्वरुतसा
पर्यदावन्वरूथसा. O Vidura, the asses ran hither in heads, striking the earth with their hard hoofs and widely braying.
O Vidura, wild asses ran about in herds, striking the earth with their hard hoofs and braying in glee. The asses are running everywhere and they are trying to hit the earth with their hoofs. So they are doing something. The asses were joyful, making braying sounds. The asses are joy because it's like that. Rudanto Rasha Batrasta
Rudanto Rasha Bhaktrasta
Nida Udapatam Kage
Nidat Udapatankaha
Goshe Ranye Cha Pashava
Goshe Ranye Cha Pashava
Sakran Mutram Akurvata.
Sakran Mutram Akurvata. Frightened by the braying of asses, birds flew shrieking from their nests, while cattle in the couches as well as in the woods caused dung and urine.
Frightened by the braying, birds flew from their nests while striking. The cows in their pens and in the forest passed urine and stool. The birds were frightened by the braying of the asses. When the asses are braying, the birds are afraid of that and they are flying everywhere. And the cows are passing stool and urine simultaneously because they understood there is something going to be inauspicious. So everyone is exhibiting their fear in some way or other. Gavo trasan asrigdo has. Devotees online.
Gavo Trisan Asardoshas
Toyada puya varshina.
Toyada Puya Varshina
Verudan devalingani.
Vyarudan Deva Lingani
Dhruma peturvinanilam.
Druma Petur Nanilam. Cows, terrified, yielded blood in place of milk. Clouds rained pus. The images of the gods in the temple shed tears, and trees fell down without a blast of wind.
Yeah. Frightened cows gave blood instead of milk. Clouds rained pus. The deities shed tears. Deities mean the devatas shed tears. Trees fell over without any wind. All these things are happening. The cows are giving blood instead of milk. Clouds are raining pus. And the devatas are, the deities in the temples are shedding tears. And trees are falling apart without any wind coming. So everything is happening on its own. So like that. Grahan punyatamananye
Grahan punya
Ananye
Paganam chapi dipita
Bhaganamschapi Deepita
Ati cherur vaktagataya
Ati Cherurvakragataya
Yuyudascha parasparam.
Yuyudascha Parasparam. Ominous planets such as Mars and Saturn shone brighter and surpassed the auspicious ones such as Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus, as well as the number of lunar mansions. Taking seemingly retrograde courses, the planets came in conflict with one another.
The inauspicious planets with retrograde motion overtook the auspicious planets and fought with them. Auspicious planets refer to Jupiter, Venus, and others. Cruel planets refers to Mars, Saturn, and others. Surpass the auspicious planets and with retrograde motion fought. So basically, the inauspicious planets are covering the auspicious planets, indicating the grief all over the universe. So in one sense, they are causing this. Antariksha, the Bhuvarloka is the area between the Bhuloka and Swargaloka. When a planet from our vision moves in the opposite direction from its normal course in the sky, it is called retrograde motion. Normally, all the planets are moving from east to west, just like sun rising in the east going to west. While going from east to west, if they go backward again east, again towards east, that is called retrograde motion. The retrograde motion is generally not considered auspicious. It is inauspicious. And if an inauspicious planet going in retrograde motion and blocking the auspicious planet, it will cause double inauspiciousness. So like that, they are causing troubles. When two or more planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or Saturn, come within 1 degree longitude of each other, they are said to be fighting with each other and causing some trouble to us. Basically, when two planets come in the same line, that causes some kind of inauspiciousness to us. Whenever that happens, that will indicate some inauspiciousness. So like that, the time when the two brothers were born, there are so many inauspicious omens seen all over. But anyway, they were born. In Devata's condition, after the union, within a muhurta, children are supposed to be born. But she kept the embryo for 100 years in the womb. But anyway, they were born. In the same way, within another muhurta, they will become grown-up personalities. They don't have to go through day by day taking care of the children all. In heaven, in a muhurta, they will grow up. That is explained in the next 4 verses. 15 to 19 will talk about their growth, how big they became in another muhurta. Drishtvanyaamscha mahotpatan. Devotees online.
दृष्ट्वान्यांश्च महत्पातान्
Atat tattva vida praja.
अतः तत्त्वाविदा प्रजा
Brahmaputra bhita.
ब्रह्मपुत्रानृते भीता
Menire vishwasamplavam.
मेनिरे विश्वसंप्लवम्. Translation: marking this and many other omens of evil times, everyone but 4 sages of Brahma, who were aware of the fall of Jaya and Vijay and of their birth as Diti's sons, were seized with fear. They did not know the secrets of these portents and thought that the dissolution of the universe was at hand. Hare Krishna.
Seeing also other powerful evil portents, the citizens, except for the 4 Kumaras, not knowing the truth, became afraid and thought that the universe was about to be destroyed. Certainly, the 4 Kumaras, Brahma, and some Devatas who heard the story from Brahma knew about it, what is happening. But rest all the universe, they were thinking that the universe is about to be destroyed, looking at all these inauspicious symptoms. The more the powerful the demon is, the more the powerful symptoms. So this is the general understanding. Brahmaputran means the Kumaras, since they had cursed the doorkeepers to become the Asuras in the Bhuloka. Then what? Tau Adi Daityau Sahasa.
Tao Adidaitou Sahasa
Vyajyamanatma Paurusho.
Vyajyamanatma Paurashau
Vaurudate Smasarena.
Pavrudhate Shmasarena
Kayena Dripati Iva.
Kayena Dripati Iva. Translation: these two demons who appeared in ancient times soon began to exhibit uncommon bodily features. They had still-like frames which began to grow just like 2 great mountains.
These 2 original demons, like 2 mountains, immediately displaying valor, grew up with bodies like the steel. It's hard like steel. Their body grew like a mountain. They have become as high as mountain. They are not ordinary people. They are people during Satyuga. Satyuga means people will be very tall. And especially these are powerful demons, they will be tallest of the tall. In spite of the curse of the Brahmanas, these two devotees of the Lord were still superior. To make this known, this verse shows that they did not have a trace of hellish suffering. Though they performed many sinful acts without pious acts and attained lordship over the three worlds with power, enjoyment, and wealth. Even though they were cursed by four Kumaras, even though they became Asuras, but they never enjoyed misery in their life because they were Jaya and Vijaya. Even though apparently they were doing so many sinful activities, but they never went through sinful reactions, suffering, because they were coming from Vaikuntha. So in that way, they are so powerful. These other things, the material dualities does not touch them. So in that way. So then what? So when they grew up to the mountains, then what happened? Divi Sparasho, Divi Sparasho, Divi Sparashu Hema Kirita Koti Bir.
Dibishwarshau hema kirita koti bir.
Niruddha Kastau Spuradanga Dabujau.
Niruddhakasthau spuradangada bhujau.
Kam Kampayantau Charanai Pade Pade.
Gam kamam pantayo charantai pade pade.
Katya Sukanchar Kamatityastastutu.
Katya shukanchayarakam atita tasthatuhu. Translation. Their bodies become so tall that they seem to kiss the sky with the crest of their gold crowns. They blocked the views of all directions and while walking shook the earth at every step. Their arms were adorned with brilliant bracelets and they stood as if covering the sun with their waists, which were bound with excellent and beautiful girdles.
Touching the sky, blocking the directions with the crests of their golden helmets, with blazing bracelets on their arms. They stood, shaking the earth at every step, surpassing the sun with their belted waists. See, they grew up so high that their heads are touching the sky and they are blocking the directions, and their crowns are the clouds are what you can say, moving the clouds aside, the mukut moving the clouds here and there away. And while they were walking, the earth is shaking. And they wore a belt. That belt is so bright that the brightness of sun and moon is nowhere comparable to it. It's like that. Kashta means directions. Bujau in the means both the hands. Basically, their height is mentioned. They're as high as the sky. Their head seems to be in the sky. And as a result of that, their head as they were walking, the clouds are thrown here and there. So that is what is happening. And earth is shaking as they are crying, as they are walking. So this is how huge bodies they attained in a muhurta. Within a muhurta time, they attained the huge bodies. Then what happened? Prajapatirna Matayorakarshit.
Prajapatirnama tayorakarshit.
Yaprak Swadehadhyamayorajayata.
Yakprakshvadehat yamayor ajatyata.
Tam vai Hiranyakashipum Vidhu Praja.
Tam vai hiranyakashipum vidu praja.
Yam tam Hiranyakshama Sagrata.
Yam tam hiranyaksham ashuta sagrata. Kashyapa Prajapati, the creator of the living entities, gave his twin sons their names. The one who was born first he named Hiranyaksha. The one who was first conceived by Diti he named Hiranyakashipu.
Yeah. So twins were born, the name giving ceremony is performed. Because they are born and grew up in a muhurta time. So name giving ceremony is performed. Kashyapa gave the names to his two sons. He who was first to be impregnated in Diti was known as Hiranyakashipu, and he who came out of the womb first, known as Hiranyaksha. The understanding is, this verse describes how Kashyapa gave the twins names on the 10th day after birth. He named them such. The child which came first from the body was known as Hiranyakashipu, and the child which came first from Diti's body was known as Hiranyaksha. So basically, the one who was impregnated first by Kashyapa, he was named Hiranyakashipu. The one who was impregnated by Kashyapa later, he came out of the womb first. So he was named Hiranyaksha. So like that. The Pindasiddhi Shastra says that when a person impregnates semen twice in the womb, the two embryos are born in reverse order to the impregnation. Hiranyakashipu was the eldest from the perspective of Kashyapa, since he had been deposited first. From the perspective of the mother, Hiranyaksha was the eldest, since he was born first from the womb, from her womb. Though either could be considered elder, because of the stronger position of the father, Hiranyakashipu was considered the elder. So in that way. So thus, Kashyapa named the two sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Chakre Hiranyakashipurdorbyam.
Chakre
Chakre
Hiranyakashipu
Hiranyakashipu
Dorbhyam
Dorbyam Brahma. Vashesa. Akuto Mrityuruddhata.
The elder child Hiranyakashipu was unafraid of death from anyone within the three worlds because he received a benediction from Lord Brahma. He was proud and puffed up due to this benediction and was able to bring all three planetary systems under his control.
Yeah. The power of his arms and assisted by Brahma's boon, Hiranyakashipu, proud and unafraid of death, control the three worlds and the devatas. He is keeping everyone under control because of his powerful personality. Dorbya means by the power of his arms. The word Cha indicates that Brahma's blessings helped him in strength, though the main reason was that he was a devotee of the Lord. Because Jaya-Vijaya were Lord's associates, even though they were born as Asuras, they were very, 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 very powerful. Their power can't be matched with anybody in this world. So in that way, because they are directly coming from Vaikuntha only. So now, in order to please his elder brother, the younger brother Hiranyaksha goes in all directions, conquers everyone. So that is his march is mentioned in the next verses. Any questions till now, Hare Krishna devotees?
No, Prabhuji. Okay.
No, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ah, yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I may have missed some discussion, but I had this doubt that they were Diti was there not on the earth, correct?
Yeah, they were in the Swarga.
Then how come when we see in the shloka that when these are Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they are walking, the earth is shaking, and I'm not able to understand that. Have they come on the earth, or how is it? Hare Krishna?
Yeah, they see, if you see, Kashyapa and Diti were supposed to stay in the heaven. That is their normal place. That is where they are staying. So the child birth also must have taken place in the heaven only. Okay. But at the same time, sometimes these sages they come to earth, because earth is the best place for them to practice some tapasya and austerity. Even when some of the devatas want to perform some vrata and all, they come to earth only to practice that. So there could be a possibility that they might have come to earth during this time and then they are performing some vrata and all these things, and then the children are born and all these things might have happened. Otherwise, though they were born on the heaven only, but later on, so Maitreya Muni might be telling about something which is going to happen in the future right now only. Like their personalities are so huge, as they were walking on the earth is trembling. Even where they are walking anywhere, that particular place is trembling. So like that we can see. That indicates that they are so huge. If we say, if the Bhagavatam talks about that they are walking in the heaven and the heaven is trembling, how can we relate? So in order to understand for us, they say everything in relation to earth only. If they were born and they were walking on the surface of the earth is trembling. So like that we should understand.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Any other devotees? Okay. Hiranyaksho anujastasya
Hiranyacho anujastasya
priya pritikrut anvaham
priya pritikrit anvaham
kadapanirdivam yato
gadapanir divam yato
yuyustur mrugayan ranam.
yuyutsor mrigayan ranam. His younger brother Hiranyaksha was always ready to satisfy his elder brother by his activities. Hiranyaksha took a club on his shoulder and traveled all over the universe with the fighting spirit just to satisfy Hiranyakashipu.
His younger brother Hiranyaksha, dear to him, pleased him daily. With club in hand, he went to the heavens, desiring to fight and seeking combat. So immediately, as soon as they were born, they grew up. The Namakarana ceremony is also over. Immediately, Hiranyaksha, in order to please his elder brother, he went for fighting. He defeated Indra, Chandra, all the different devatas will be defeated by Hiranyaksha. That will be mentioned in the next verses. Samviksha dussahajavam
Viksha dusahajavam
Ranat Kanchana Nupuram
Anchana Nopuram
Vijayantya Sruja Justam Amshanasta Mahagadam
Amsanasta Mahagadam
Manovirya Varotsiktam
Manovirya Varotsiktam
Ashranyam Akutobhayam
Asranyam Akutobhayam
Bhita Nililire Devas
Anilire Devas
Tarkshatrasta Ivahaya.
Ivahaya. Hiranyaksha's temper was difficult to control. He had ankles of gold tinkling about his feet. He was adorned with a gigantic garland, and he rested his huge mass on one of his shoulders. His bodily strength as well as the boon conferred upon him had made him proud. He feared death at the hands of no one, and there was no checking him. The gods, therefore, were seized with fear at his very sight, and they hid themselves even as snakes hide themselves for fear of Garuda.
Seeing him uncontrollable and fearless, with intolerable temper, with jingling gold anklets, with Vaijayanti garlands and clubs placed on his shoulder, possessing mental and bodily strength and strength given by Lord Brahma, the Devatas became frightened and disappeared just as snakes disappear out of fear of Garuda. Just by looking at his powerful personality, the Devatas fled in fear. They don't even dare to fight with him. That is the kind of bodily structure Hiranyaksha had. He was proud because of his mental strength, bodily strength, and strength given by Brahma. So he has uncontrollable power. Just by looking at him, the Devatas are fleeing away like snakes are fleeing away from Garuda. सवैति रोहितान् दृष्ट्वा
सवैति रोहितं दृष्ट्वा
महसा स्वेन दैत्यराट्
महासास्वेन दैत्यरात्
तेन्द्रान् देवगणान् क्षीवान्
सेन्द्रान् देवगणान् क्षीवान्
अपश्यन् व्यनदद्भृशम्
अपश्यन् व्यनदद्भृशम्. Translation. On not finding Indra and the other demigods who had previously been intoxicated with power, the chief of the Daityas, seeing that they had all vanished before his might, roared loudly.
Seeing that the Devatas along with their leaders had disappeared because of his strength, the king of the demons, intoxicated, roared loudly. Not seeing them, Hiranyaksha became intoxicated. Instead of the Devatas were important also, something like that. So basically, both the ways. In one way, he was shouting loudly because he became victorious. He was shouting loudly because there is no one to fight with him. So both possibilities are there. Tato nivritta kridishan
ततो निवृत्तः
gambiram bhima nisvanam
गम्भीरं भीमनिस्वरम्
vijagahe mahasatvo
विजगाहे महासत्त्वो
vardim matva ivadvipa.
वार्धिं मत्वा इव द्विपः. Translation. After returning from the heavenly kingdom, the mighty demon, who was like an elephant in wrath for the sake of sport, divided into the deep ocean which was roaring terribly.
Yeah. In the heaven, he traveled left and right everywhere. The Devata, just by looking at him, they fled away. There was no one to fight with him. Then he came to earth. There was no one to fight with him. Then he entered into the waters. Returning from heaven, the mighty demon, desiring to sport like a mad elephant, dove into the deep ocean, which made a terrible sound. He jumped into ocean and he was like swimming across. He's a huge person. When a huge person jumps into ocean, what happens? The ocean creates the waves. Not seeing any equal opponent in the 10 directions, burning with the heat of his great strength, he dove into the ocean with the hope that maybe someone there would be to his equal and he could fight. He was actually looking for someone who can fight with him. But no one is fighting with him. No one is standing in front of him. Like just by looking at him, they are fleeing away. So he thought that somebody might be there in the heaven. Sorry, in the water. Some Timingala or something like that. He entered into the water. But there also, no one is coming to fight with him. Everyone is out of fear of him. They are going away. Tasmin praviste vashuna varunasya sainika.
वरुणस्य सैनिका
यादो गणा सन्नदिया साध्वसा अनन्यमाना अपि तस्य वर्चसा प्रदर्शिता दूरतरं प्रदुर्ध्रुवा. When he entered the ocean, where Hiranyaksha entered the ocean, the aquatics, the troops of Varuna, depressed and fearful, defeated by his strength, without even being struck, ran far away. As soon as Hiranyaksha jumped into the water, as he was swimming across, when he was splashing with his hands and legs, the ocean is creating tsunamis. Just by that, the ocean animals and the soldiers of Varuna, they fled away. They did not even fight with him. Just by looking some kind of tsunami thing in the ocean, they gone away. So then what happened? Savarshapuga nudadau mahabalas.
Savarsapungan udadau mahabalas.
Charan mahormi chvasa नेरितौ महो
Charan Mahormin Chasarvetirnmahu
मौर्याभिजग्ने गदया विभावरिम्
Maurya Vikagne Gadaya Vivavarim
असे दिवांस्तात पुरीं प्रचेतसा
Ase Divamstatapurim Prachetasaha.
The demon moved about in the ocean for many years. He was swimming in the ocean for many years, not like 1 day, 1 hour, 2 hours. For a long time he was swimming because he wanted some opponent to fight with him. Because he has a lot of strength, he wanted to exhibit somewhere. Striking with his iron clubs, the huge waves agitated by the wind. So he is fighting with the waves of the ocean. When you go to Jagannath Puri, you see a lot of waves, na? So using his club, he was fighting with the waves. So somehow he was exhibiting his power somewhere. Then he reached the city of Varuna called Vibhavari. Finally, after a long time, after many years, he came to the city of Varuna within the ocean. Over many years, he struck even the huge waves with his club made of iron. Maurya can also mean made of a type of grass called Maurya. Moving about, he came to the city called Vibhavari and thought, there is a city here. I will enter it, and there must be some people. I will have good fight with them. So he comes to Varuna city, Vibhavari. Then he starts speaking to Varuna. Tatropalabhya suralokapalakam
उपलभ्य सुरलोकपालकम्
yado gananam rushabam prachetasam
यादव
smayan pralabdum pranipatya nichavad
प्रणिपत्य नीचवत्
jagadame dehi adiraja samyugam.
जगादमे देहि अभिराज संयुगम्.
Having reached Varuna, the protector of the Patala Loka, the king of the aquatics, Hiranyaksha bowed down low before him in jest and said with a smile, O king, give me a fight. Just like Lord Krishna, Bhima and Arjuna went to Jarasandha in the disguise of Brahmanas asking for a charity. When Jarasandha said, what do you want? They said, we want to fight with you. Same way, this person, Hiranyaksha, went to Varuna and offering obeisances to Hiranyaksha. Sorry, offering obeisance to Varuna. He said that, so my dear Lord, I came here begging something from you. What do you want? Give me a fight. So like that. Varuna is the protector of Patala Loka. Hiranyaksha bowed down to make fun of Varuna. Tvam lokapalo adipatir bruhashrava
पतेर्बृहच्चरवा
virya pahodurmada viramanina
वीर्यापहोदुर्मदवीरमानिना
vijitya loke kila daitya danavan
विजित्य लोके अखिल दैत्यपदानवान्
yadrajasuyena puraya jat prabha.
यद्राजसूयेन पुराय जत्प्रभो.
You, the master of the planet, the famous ruler, have destroyed all power among those think themselves great warriors. Since having conquered all the demons at a previous time, you performed a Rajasuya sacrifice. So, my dear Varuna, you must be very proud that you have conquered all the demons long back and you have performed Rajasuya Yajna. And now defeat me and perform Rajasuya Yajna. Like that is challenging Varuna. So, herein is saying that Hiranyaksha speaks with opposite meaning. Because of the absence of the demons before this time, it was possible for all persons to perform Rajasuya sacrifice. Oh, my dear Varuna, you perform Rajasuya? Because I was not there. Now I am standing in front of you. Now you perform, let me see. Now conquer me and perform Rajasuya sacrifice. Or your sacrifice will be perfected now if you conquer me. So previously you conquered everyone and performed sacrifice. You are like all powerful. But now you re-establish your all powerful nature by defeating me. So he's asking, he is actually tempting him to fight. So then he further says, Sa eva mustiksha sa ema mustikta madena vidvisa
madena vidvisha
dridam pralabdo bhagavan apampati
Bhagavan apam
roshan samuttan samayan swayadiya
rosham samuttam samayan swayadya
vyavochadangopasamam gatavayam.
Gopa samam vayam.
When mocked explicitly by the proud enemy, the powerful Varuna, the lord of the waters, controlled his rising anger and replied with intelligence, Dear sir, I have become peaceful. Though Hiranyaksha is enticing him so that Varuna will start fight, but Varuna acted intelligently. So Varuna said that, My dear sir, I have become peaceful, or I have become old, or I have given up all the fighting spirit. Now I don't want to fight anymore. Varuna thought, my anger will not be beneficial. Then he said that I have become peaceful means I have grown old. So Varuna voluntarily, though he is not old, but he accepted. So my dear sir, I have grown up old. Now I can't fight with you anymore. Or it means if I were to meet you when I was young, then I would have defeated thousands like you. Or the phrase can mean I have taken sannyasa and thus cannot fight. But even now I can defeat you. But I have taken sannyasa, I cannot fight with you. Or I have become old, thus I cannot fight you. So in any way, Varuna wanted to avoid fighting with Hiranyaksha. So he accepted, okay, I am old now, I cannot fight with you. Or I have given up all this, I have taken sannyas, so I cannot fight with anybody. But Hiranyaksha says, I want to fight, I want to fight. How can you say no to it? Then Varuna will tell. So don't worry, there is a person who can fight with you. He will fulfill all your desires to fight. That Varuna will say. Pashyami nanyam purushat puratanaat yasam yuge tvam ranamarga kovidam aradayishyanti ashurarshabhehitam manasvinoyam grunate bhavadrisha. So, oh best of the demons, I do not see anyone except the most ancient person who could satisfy you in combat. You are most expert at battle, but even persons like you praise Vishnu because he can give good battle to the great warriors. Then Hiranyaksha was saying that, how will I be relieved of my desire for battle? This verse speaks. Therefore, O best of demons, you should go to Lord Vishnu, whom warriors such as you praise as the person who can relieve the itch for battle. Only Vishnu can fulfill your desire for fighting. No one can, because you already saw all the devatas are fleeing in fear. Indra, Chandra and all could not stand in front of you. They were fled in fear. And I have become old. I cannot find. I am well now. The only one person who can give you good fight is Vishnu. Now his question is, where can I find Vishnu? Vishnu, where is he? Samviramara vismaya Shaishya Sevirashaye Swabirvrata.
Varuna continued.
Hare Krishna, devotees are able to hear us? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Reaching him very quickly, you will lie down on the battlefield, stripped of pride, surrounded by dogs, by his merciful desire. He assumes many forms for destroying wicked persons like you. So Varuna is saying that, so don't worry, don't worry. How long will it take to reach him? Varuna says very quickly. In 5 days you can meet him. Where? Wherever he is, you reach him in 5 days, and after reaching him, he will give you good battle. As a result of that battle, what will happen? Stripped of your pride, you will lie down to sleep. For many years, trying to find out a suitable the equal powerful person to fight with you, you did not sleep for long. But after fighting with Lord Vishnu, you will get a very good sleep. So you will sleep for the rest of eternity. Now afflicted by the sickness of pride, you do not sleep, but agitated with the desire to fight. Because right now you have a desire to fight. So, but the Lord Vishnu will give you good fight, then you will get continued good sleep. And then all the your body will be carried away by many people, and dogs, jackals, all these different animals will be surrounding you to eat in that way. If that is so, then please tell me the form of the Lord. Searching inside and outside the universe and finding him, I'll fight with him. How can he kill me? Let me see. You will see. So you are talking so much high about that person. Please tell me where is he? I'll go and fight with him, and I'll see who is powerful among both of us. So like that, Hiranyaksha is challenging Varuna. For destroying the wicked, the Lord assumes forms such as Varaha and Narsimha. I know in general, but I do not know in which particular form he will kill you now. So generally he will come in the form of Varaha, Kurma, etc. in order to kill the demons like you. But now to kill you, in which form he has taken, because he has many forms. He can come in any form. So please go. He will give you good fight. Afterwards, you will get a good sleep. Till now, for so many nights, you spent sleepless nights because you are looking for a equal opponent, a powerful and equal opponent. But right today, you will get a powerful opponent and you will have good sleep after your pride has been destroyed. So like that, Varuna tells him to find out Lord Vishnu. Later on, Hiranyaksha was searching all over. Varuna says that in the same bush only you can find him. So as Hiranyaksha was searching all over, he meets Narada Muni. Narada Muni will tell exactly where the Lord is. Then Hiranyaksha goes to Lord Varaha, who was lifting the Bhumandala during Chakshusha Manvantara period, and there was a huge fight. That fight we will discuss from the next chapter next week. So next Sunday, we'll continue with the remaining part of the chapter. So, this chapter complete ho gaya.
Prabhuji,
Hare
exam
Krishna.
will not be there. Exam will not be there, Prabhuji.
Exam is up for how many chapters? I think this time exam is up to 19 chapters.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji.
ऐसे है क्या? Okay. If exam is there,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji.
It is 13 to 16 written in your this.
Okay, okay. If it is 13 to 16, all of you are ready to give exam next week?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
then we'll have exam next week from